Going to hit record really quick. All right. Thank you so much for being here tonight, everyone. I greatly appreciate it. Really quick, I just want to remind you to keep your cameras on so we can see your beautiful faces. Your mics muted so that if there's any background noise in your house or your room where you are, it's not distracting to our presenter or each other. You, of course, can unmute to ask a question or to answer a question, but just don't stay unmuted. I'm sure that Lauren might want to have some dialogue or welcomes questions. So if you have those, definitely share those. But if you don't want to ask them out loud in front of everyone, feel free to drop them in that chat and I will ask for you so that people don't know who it's from. With that, I would love to turn it over, excuse me, to Lauren. Thank you so much, Lauren, for being here. She's going to share with us about herself and why she's here and everything, Lauren. So thank you again, Lauren, and I'm turning it over to you.
All right. Hi, you guys. First, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. This is going to be fun. It's going to be relaxing. It's going to be very chill. So I want this to be a safe space where you guys feel comfortable and free to think and feel without any judgment. This is a place of love, support, and encouragement. So if anyone wants to share something or has a question, feel free. This is a safe space. So again, silence any phones or any distractions, any like beepy things on your computers, just exit them. So overall, this class, let me just give you a layout. It's going to be, we're going to talk about journaling, like what it is. And then we're going to talk specifically about gratitude journaling. Then we're going to talk about a couple types of gratitude journaling. We're going to do a journaling exercise. And then I'm going to teach you some breathing techniques. And we're going to end with a short meditation. So just hang with me, okay? So my name is Lauren. I am the journaling babe. So I started journaling June of last year. I did a lot of inner work like therapy and self-healing on my own, like meditation and positive affirmations, like positive thinking, as well as journaling. So there's a lot of other stuff that I did than just journaling, but journaling played a huge part in my everyday life. So now I want to teach other people how to journal because it's so, so, so important. Okay, so how many of you have journaled before? All right, good, perfect. All right, so first I want to say that there's no wrong way to journal. So the main point of journaling is getting your thoughts and emotions and feelings out of you and onto paper. And I think the most important thing I want to say in this class is that all emotions and all your feelings are valid. You are allowed to feel them. You are supposed to feel your emotions. So we just don't want to sit in our emotions too long. So that's why journaling is so important, because we want to process our emotions, we want to understand them, and then we want to release them. So journaling is a way to do that. So being self-aware and understanding yourself and your emotions and your feelings is the most important part of journaling. So when we journal, I want you to journal without stopping. Just go with the flow of your thoughts, because then ideas and emotions and even creative ideas will come out. So there's many times where I'm writing and I'm like, where did that come from? And you just start writing what those weird thoughts were, because you don't know where they came from. So for example, this journaling class I was writing, and all of a sudden I had this idea of a journaling class. So I shifted my journaling and I just started writing the layout of this journaling class where we are right now. So it's just amazing what things can come out. So there are different types and different styles of journaling. So pick a style that feels good to you. A little bit later, we're going to talk about the two different kinds for gratitude journaling. So just pick whichever one feels good for you. So if you haven't journaled before, start small. So if you're doing this on your own, I want you to just maybe write a couple sentences until you get comfortable. And then the next day, write a couple more sentences, and then you'll get more comfortable the more you do it. Okay, because I know it can be kind of weird writing about your feelings on a piece of paper. We don't do that usually, but it's so beneficial. So that is journaling in a nutshell. So is everyone still with me? We're good? Perfect. Okay. So this class, we are going to focus on gratitude journaling. since November is National Gratitude Month. So gratitude journaling is probably the most common type, the most journaling type you've heard of. People talk about it all the time. So it's extremely powerful, being able to shift your feelings and your thoughts to positive ones. So research states that the more you gratitude journal, the more you feel and think positive thoughts. You get better sleep, you have more empathy and compassion for yourself and for others. And science also states that it helps with depression, it improves your relationships, it boosts your self-confidence, and it lowers your stress, and it makes you a happier and a more productive person. So when you really take the time to examine your day, you can find several things to be grateful for. There's so many things to be thankful for, but a lot of the times we focus on the negative things and we complain about a lot of things. So that's why gratitude journaling is so important, because then it shifts that and it helps us focus on what's positive in the day. So I know, maybe, I don't know if y'all know Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, he's the sad donkey, he's depressed and nothing goes right for him. He complains about everything. I'm sure some of you guys know people like that. So by practicing gratitude and keeping a daily gratitude journal, it will become easier to find positive and be grateful for something that's happened in your day. Let's see. So when you lead, hold on, let's see. Okay, so by practicing gratitude and keeping a daily journal, it will become easier to find positive things in your day. So when you lead with positive energy, the people around you will feel your happiness and will feel your positive energy, and they'll want to be around that good energy, because good energy, that gratitude, it connects people. But it all starts within. So loving yourself and having compassion for yourself leads to love and compassion for others. So it all starts with being and feeling grateful. Okay, so how do we gratitude journal? Is everyone still with me? Because I know I'm talking a lot. Okay, so how do we gratitude journal? So the main point is, do not rush through it. Take your time when you write. So write in detail about what you're thankful for, and let those feelings and those emotions of love and gratitude come out in your writing. And write with intention. So write with purpose. The main point of gratitude journaling is feeling those feelings of love and thankfulness as you write. And you will carry those feelings and embody those feelings throughout the day. So you can write about people, experiences, what's happened in your life. Get very detailed in this writing and feel those emotions of love, thankfulness, and gratitude. Okay, so now moving on to the two types that we're gonna, you can either choose one or the other for our journaling exercise in a little bit. So pay attention to this, okay? So there's two types that we're gonna talk about with gratitude journaling. You can free write, which is, letting your thoughts flow, unedited, unscripted. You just go with what's in your mind and you just let it come out. Keep your hand moving and just put your thoughts on paper. So if you're doing this at home, you're doing it alone, you can either set a timer for like 8 to 10 minutes, or you can say, oh, I'll just write 2 pages today, this morning or this evening. So with free writing, you're going to write whatever comes to your mind. So you can either like look around, describe your surroundings, see what you're thankful for. If there's a book that your grandfather gave you and that makes you feel grateful, you can write about that. You can write about a teacher that you're grateful for. You can write a letter that to someone, your parent, your aunt, uncle, coach, anyone that you're grateful for. You don't have to send it to them because this is for you. So whatever comes up in your head, allow it to flow out without stopping yourself. Even if it's weird and you're like, I don't know why that popped up, just go with the flow. So no one will read what you write. So this is the time to say whatever you want to say, whatever you feel like you can't say out loud. You have complete freedom in writing in your journal. Okay. So even though I said you can write a letter to someone, you're not actually going to give it to them if you don't want to. So free writing is all about getting it out. Don't worry about grammar, spelling. If it's messy, if you can't read it, that's okay. We're focusing on our emotions here, on what makes us feel good. So that's free writing. The second one is called journal prompts. So this is a style of journaling that's great for beginners because it's like when you don't know where to start, it gives you a question or like a guided thought and that you can journal off of. So usually journal prompts have different themes like relationships, emotions, different areas. But obviously this class we're talking about gratitude. So we're going to focus on gratitude. So there is a slide, Sandy, if you can pull that up, of the journal prompts. So these are the list of questions. You'll pick one for our exercise here in a minute. Then when we spend 15 minutes journaling, and you can use one of these. So here are some of them. If you guys can see them, I'll read them. Write down one good, oh, hold on. Okay. Write down one good thing that's happened to you today. Describe it in detail and explain how it made you feel. The next one, you can write about, what do you really appreciate about your life? Describe it in detail and how does it make you feel? The next one, think about a time that you went out of your way to help someone. Describe it in detail and explain how it made you feel. How did the other person feel? The next one, what are 5 personality traits that you are most thankful for about yourself? Describe them in detail. And then the last one you can choose from, if you didn't worry about money or people's opinions, what would you want to do in life? Write in detail how your life would look and feel to you. What would you be grateful for? So that's a journal prompt. So you can either free write when we go into our journaling exercise, or you can answer one of these questions, okay? So I think we can leave it up. So if you guys need to go back and look at it, you guys have it right here. Okay. Any questions before we start? Is everyone good? All right. You guys are great. Okay. So when we start, I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. I know that sounds like a long time for writing, but it's really not. It's going to go by really fast, I promise you. So if you are finished within those 15 minutes, you can write about something else. You can do another one of the journal prompts, or you can even just doodle on your paper, because another style of journaling is creative drawing. That is a style. So doodling is basically journaling too. So you can do that until the timer goes off. I will give you guys like a 2-minute warning. And then just hang tight until the timer goes off, and then we'll finish up, okay? So this is how we're gonna break this down. First, I want everyone to stretch, shake out. I know we're sitting here. I don't see everyone moving. Shake, 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 loosen up, get your blood flowing. Good job, you guys. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about deep breathing. So this is something I do before I journal, because it relaxes me and it brings me back to center, to myself, because there's a lot of stuff going out on the world that we're focused on, but we want to focus on ourselves. So this is why deep breathing is so important, because when you're feeling stressed or you're feeling anxious or angry, you can come back to yourself with these breathing techniques. And so instead of lashing out at people, we don't want to react on our emotions. So this is when we want to practice our breathing techniques. Okay, so how we're going to do this, we're going to do 3 breaths. So I'll guide you through it. So we're going to take a deep, slow breath in through our nose, and we're going to hold it, or I'm going to count to 5. Then we're going to hold it for 3 seconds. And then I'm going to tell you to exhale, and I'll count to 5. And when we exhale slowly, I want you to exhale through pursed lips. So it's going to look like you're blowing a balloon. That's pursed lips. So is everybody ready? And you can close your eyes. I always close my eyes when I do my deep breathing. And you can do this all throughout the day. I do it all throughout the day just because it's so calming. So this is a great, great, great technique. Okay. So let's put our feet flat on the floor. We feel a little loose from our shakeout. All right, you can close your eyes. And let's take a slow, deep breath in. Fill up those lungs. Deep breath through your nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale slowly through pursed lips. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's take a deep breath in slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. And slowly exhale through pursed lips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Take a deep breath in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Slowly exhale through pursed lips. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, you guys did great. All right, so you should feel more relaxed right now and more in tune with yourself. So now we're going to journal. So if you have any questions, ask them now, because we're going to either do a free writing journaling, or you can pick one of these journal prompts that I just talked about. So you'll pick one or the other, and for 15 minutes, we're just going to write the whole time. Okay, does everybody understand that? Okay, so I'm going to set my timer. Give me 1 second. All right, so everybody have their pen and paper. Here we go, and I'm going to give you a 2-minute warning. All right, and y'all can begin. All right, 2 minutes left. Keep going, you guys. Okay. All right, you guys, time's up. Did that feel like 15 minutes? You can be honest. I don't think it did. Okay. So one more thing before we finish up. This is the very last thing that we'll do. We're going to do a short meditation. Has anyone ever meditated before? Maybe not. Okay. So what we're going to do, it's just 3 minutes long. So it's not that long. So don't worry. This will just be to calm our mind and just to make us relax. So what I want you guys to do, put your feet flat on the floor, put your hands in your laps, your lap. Your hands can either be palms facing up or down in your lap, whichever is comfortable for you, or you can even lie down if you want. So totally up to you, whatever makes you feel comfortable. So the main point of meditation is just closing your eyes and just being still. So this is a guided meditation that I'm about to play. And so we'll just listen to him as he speaks and just follow along when he speaks. And I know the biggest part with meditation is your mind is racing and you're thinking thoughts, and that's okay. So what we do when a thought comes in, we let it come in, we acknowledge it, and then we just let it go out. If we try to force it out, then we're focused on that, like trying to get it out, and then we get anxious. And so don't do that. Just let the thought come in and then let it go out. So if that happens, that's how you handle that. So now you can either lie down or you can sit in your chair with your feet flat on the floor. And then just deep breathe, and just, this is a relaxing thing, okay? So I'm going to play it. It's just 3 minutes long. Close your eyes. Okay, here we go. And just listen to his words.
Hey, meditator, welcome to this pause. And so, wherever you are, if you're in the middle of your day, things are hectic, or you just need a moment to come back to yourself and relax, welcome. You don't have to be sitting for this. You can be walking, you can be in any position or posture. And all I want to do is invite you to just bring yourself back to yourself. That's all. It's so easy to get lost in all the energies of the world. So as you take a few nice deep breaths in and out of your body, you're just drawing your attention back to yourself, into the only place that you could ever actually be, which is here. There is no other place than here. And in coming back to your own space, you recognize there's a deep stillness, a deep relaxation, a deep peace that comes with just being here, just being with yourself. Allow your shoulders to be relaxed. Allow your breath to be nice and deep and slow. And recognize that there will always be things going on around you. The world will never stop spinning. People will always have problems, and they'll always want your energy and attention. And yet, even with all of that noise, you can just bring yourself back. Be here, be present, have a center, and relate to the world from consciousness, from awareness, and intention. Thank you for taking this pause. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
All right, you guys. So we are done. So do you guys have any questions? Do you want to tell me what you enjoyed? Anything? If not, that's fine too. But I'm proud of you guys for being here. You guys did wonderful.
There was a question in the chat. Where'd it go? Prompts in general. Where would you find those? Do you have a website or somewhere that you generally look at or that you recommend?
Yeah, so if you just Google, so whatever you feel like you want to work through, if it's like friendships or if it's about life or your emotions, you can Google journal prompts for whatever you're looking for, and you'll have like a list. They'll give you like different websites will give you different lists. There's so many out there, but that's a very good question.
Also, if you're a beginner journaler, do you have, and you're finding it hard to get into it, do you have a suggestion as to a topic to start with? The prompts that you shared tonight, are those maybe some, or how would you suggest really getting into it if you don't feel comfortable at first?
Yeah, so the ones that I gave are good ones to start. You can even come up with your own. So if you have your own questions that you want to answer, or you have questions about that you want to dig a little deeper just to get to know yourself, you can start with anything, just even looking around your room and see you have a picture of your friend or your grandmother, and you can just write a letter. I think that's probably one of the easier ways to do it. Even writing a thank you letter to a parent or a grandparent or a teacher. that's a great way to start showing gratitude to someone else.
And I put in the chat box for those that are interested, the prompts that we had, that Lauren gave us, that we had up today, in case you want to write any of those down. They're in the chat box. Also, if you would like to email me, I can get those to you if you'd like them that way. One more question. Do you recommend, because we meditated and we breathed and we journaled tonight, do you recommend generally doing those together, or is one more useful than others in certain situations, or what is your recommendation?
Yeah. So first, I always want you to do what feels good to you. So I personally, I always take deep breaths before I journal because I want to center myself. And then I will journal and then I'll meditate. But some people meditate and then journal, or some people, life happens. You don't have a lot of time. You can just journal. You can journal in the morning and you can meditate at night, or you can switch them, or you can just journal, or you can just meditate. So I don't want this to feel like it's forced. So I understand life happens and they say journal every day, and that's wonderful. But if you can't journal every day, don't beat yourself up. Just pick it back up and go on from there.
If life happens and you don't have time to do all those, which one is journaling the one that you would recommend to do if you could only pick one, or which one do you feel is more important?
So it's hard to say. So some journaling might not, reach one person, where your breathing techniques might really be beneficial in everyday life. So you kind of have to gauge that on yourself. So personally, for me, breathing techniques, the 3 breaths that we did earlier, helps me tremendously throughout the day. Just when I'm feeling stressed, or I've got a lot on my mind, I just easily take some deep breaths and I feel so much better. And so I feel like that is so, so important to me in my everyday life. Journaling is definitely, it's all very important. So I want you guys to choose whichever one feels the best for you. It can be all 3, it can be 1, it could be 2. It's whatever makes you guys feel better.
And you might have shared this before each one you did. I know you did with the journaling specifically, but can you give us one key reason individually why each one of those is important? What does it do for you, or why is it important to life?
Yes. So breathing techniques, extremely important, because this helps, like when I explained earlier, when you are feeling anxious, you are feeling stressed out, you're angry, you're focusing all out on the world, you're angry at your friend, you're angry at your mom. Well, we can't lash out with our emotions. So when that happens, when you're angry, take a step back and take your deep breaths. It will calm you instantly, and it will bring you back to your center, because we can't react on our emotions. And so even like if you're going to take a test, or if you have a presentation, I always take deep breaths because it calms you down, it centers you. So that's why we do that. It regulates the nervous system, to get scientifically into that. But breathing techniques are crucial. Meditation is also critical because it calms the mind and you get in touch with yourself on a deeper level. So that's very important too. And journaling obviously is very important because we're getting our emotions out. So many people, we keep our emotions inside. Sometimes, families don't like emotions to be shown or feelings to be expressed. And so we're bottling those emotions up inside. But now this gives us a chance to really express ourselves, how we want to express ourselves. And all of your emotions, like I said earlier, and your feelings are valid. They matter. You're supposed to have feelings. We just don't want to sit in the feelings like Eeyore and, complain about everything, hate on everything. We don't want to get like that. We want to process our emotions, and that's what journaling does. So that's why all 3 of those things are very important.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. And then one last thing I do want to say, the meditation I did, I'm going to type it in our chat. It's called Insight Timer, and it's a free app. So if you guys want to, if you have permission from your parents, you can download that app. It's free. And you can, if you like, you can just go through it and see what meditation works for you. If you like the guided meditation where they talk to you, or if you just like the songs and the sounds, you can listen to it. So there's all sorts of stuff you can look through in there. And then there's short ones like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or there's long ones like 20 minutes. So it's a really good app.
Awesome. Thank you, Lauren.
Yes.
Were there any more questions anybody thought of or? No? All right. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. And thank you, Lauren, for sharing with us. Thank you for participating, everyone. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for your time. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Yes, you guys did great. I'm so proud of y'all.
Bye, everyone.